We have a new best model in the world. People ask me this all the time, so I thought I'd just get that out of the way. O3 Pro is the best model on the planet right now. No question, easily. That does not mean you will use it for everything, and I'll explain why. First, O3 Pro is a model that takes its time. If you're used to inference time computer, the LLM taking some time to answer, and it's a cup of coffee time, this is get a sandwich for lunch time. This model is not going to answer for 15, 20, 25 minutes, and then it's going to give you the answer. It reminds me of 70 or 80 years ago. I'm not actually that old, but like 70 or 80 years ago, people would be queuing up to put their computer code cards into a mainframe, and they would just have to see if the code worked, and that's sort of good luck, right? Like you queue up, you get your time slot, you run your code, and you see what happens. In the same way, prompting is sort of like code, and we're sort of running our prompt through O3 Pro, and we're going to see if it works in 20, 25, 30 minutes. Well, it turns out what this model wants to do well, to show you how big it is and how powerful it is context. This model is so hungry to be a global thinker. It is not a tactical model. It is not a model for your daily questions. It is a model for things that are really, really hard problems in your personal life, in your professional life. If you would like a test prompt, if you're on the Teams account or on the Pro account, which is where it is for ChatGPT, you can try it by asking it, tell me a specific plan that would make me 50% happier based on my previous chats. And then I want you to split test that by asking the same prompt to O3, which is the smaller cousin of this model, and to ChatGPT 4o, which is the everyday model. And yes, I just want to get this out of the way. I'm going to get like 200 comments on this. ChatGPT 4o has the larger number and is the dumber model. I know. I wish that I could tell Sam Altman to rename them. It is driving everybody crazy. I get so many questions about this. O3 is smarter than 4o. O3 Pro is way smarter than O3. It is not close. This is the first model that is able to operate without needing to be heavily edited, needing to be adjusted, needing to be polished at the level of a founder strategic advisor. Like, it is a strategic global thinking model. It will absolutely insist on overthinking the problem if you give it a small tactical problem, which leads to the problems. I'm not saying this model is perfect. You might think it's a strategic model, it's going to be great at everything. It's not actually great at everything. It's actually quite bad if you give it a small problem that is below its rated engine speed, because it's going to overthink it and it's going to get it wrong. I gave it a very simple document extraction problem. It overthought the heck out of it, and it came back with something that was extremely coherent and well thought through and complete as an answer. And I looked at it and I said, I don't know where you got all of this context and all of this additional stuff, because it will search the web. But this is way more than I asked for. And this isn't actually particularly helpful because I had a very sort of specific tactical task. So don't take the Ferrari to the grocery store. Take the Ferrari on the road, right? Like, give it a problem that it actually needs. This is not a daily driver in the sense that you reach for it every time, because one, it takes too long. And two, most of our problems don't deserve that kind of firepower. It is a wonderful addition to your model stack, because sometimes when you really need that kind of extra perspective, that's what you can turn to. And we haven't had that before. O3, as good as it is, has not been at the level where it can articulate a plausible, forward-looking company strategy for a publicly traded company. And that is absolutely what O3 Pro can do. How do I know? Because I just watched it do it. I put up a split test. I put it on Substack. There's 2 other tests on there. I gave it a coding challenge. I gave it a challenge around reading an academic research paper. Obviously, it was the Apple one with like the illusion of thinking, because that's all we can talk about. So I put it through its paces. If you want to read it, that's great. You know where to go find it. If not, I hope you enjoyed this review. I will leave you with one more tidbit. O3 Pro is the first model where it's so insightful it feels like the words it's giving me, the insights it's giving me are going to stick in my head. Like they resonate. I've had, great conversations with models before, but the level of insightfulness that comes from having like a profound like moment where you're like, oh wow, you really got it. I'm going to have to go think about that. That is coming with O3 Pro in a way that it hasn't come before. In a sense, if you have the right prompts and setups, and I talk about that on the Substack too, you're going to have a chance for like a life-changing conversation with this model. Or it could just overthink the problem. Also entirely true. So there you go. Cheers.